Hi guys, Vex here. It's after midnight for me, and I was up late working, and I was just working on stuff for SHO, and I had a flash of inspiration, uh, and I just wanted to just make something in Minecraft. It has no real relation to dungeons or game design or anything like that. I just wanted to make something, uh, and I had an idea of how to put it together. And it was actually not really that hard to make it. Uh, and my inspiration comes from, well, two things. One is from Naruto's one of Naruto's moves in the show, in the anime, the windmill Shuriken. It's basically a spinning, super fast spinning blue ball of energy. Uh, and the other is the art style. Stay with me, please. The art style associated with synthwave music, which is very 80s neon themed. Um, you get a lot of neon purple, pink, blue, black, orange, stuff like that. I did set it to night, right? Okay. Let's set it to more deep night, please. There we go. Thank you. So I started with this, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I just started with a sphere, and I came in from the side of it, and I'll tell you how I did this in MC Edit. It's actually really easy to do. So you make a sphere, big sphere, and there's Valguard off to the left loading in. So you make your big sphere in MC Edit, and then you take a big square panel of glass, and you put it right next to the sphere, and that's so your brush can rest on the panel of glass, and it's glass, you can see through it and see what you're doing. So you take a big sphere, and then I took a very large ovoid brush that was super long and thin, and you can see my first strokes were with a sea lantern, and do find, replace, hard clay, and just make a shuriken pattern with those brush strokes, and then make a slightly bigger brush to give it an outline of obsidian, and come in and trace it over again, and then make a bigger brush with prismarine and do it again, and then make a big disc, a flat disc shape brush with replace hard clay with glowstone, and set noise at 10%, and then just go right through the entire sphere. So we'll come around this way. Damn it! It keeps raining. Bloody hell. So yeah, just take that, and then when you're done, go and whatever bits of hard clay were left, I just replaced with air to make cutouts into it. And I like the results here. So that's how it turned out. So this is pretty cool. I might, it was kind of refreshing just making some crazy abstract thing with no relation to, like, it's got to look like a building with pathways for people to go through or anything. It's just a big shape that looks cool. I've never really made anything like that. But you'll notice the colors aren't right, right? So yeah, I first started with like a blue wind-themed shape, and then I was like, it'd look really cool to punch out the middle so you could fly through it, and the effect is pretty cool looking with the middle punched out. Like make a rail line go through that, and then I got down to business. I was like, let's put some synthwave art style in there and get the color palette matched up right and make it just look really crazy. And you end up with this, which I really like. I don't know about the shuriken shape anymore. With mostly the sea lantern. The sea lantern feels a bit off. I wish there were more light emitting blocks in Minecraft, actually. Maybe run some noise brushes through the sea lantern or something. But yeah, I do really like this. And I think I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a paralog dungeon. The paralogs are just optional side dungeons that just, they can kind of be anything. Like maybe they can be about getting loot, or maybe it could just be me making cool crap that I want to show you that doesn't really fit in anywhere else. And that's exactly what this would be. I want to make a synthwave inspired uh, paralog dungeon where I just make all kinds of cool looking crap and just stick it in there. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much synthwave. You can just Google it. There's a lot of uh, YouTube playlists. Let me go. Hold on a sec. I'll just type in some stuff here. Bookmarks, music stuff. Yeah, Best of Synthwave and Retro Electro, Part 1. Best of Synthwave and Retro Electro, Part 2. Best of Synthwave, Enjoy Summer Mix, Part 1. Back to the 80s, Best of Synthwave and Retro Electro Music. Yeah, Laserhawk, Redline, Full Album, New Retrowave, YouTube. Earmake and Dynatron, Galactic Odyssey. Overdog, The Last Star Killer. Ode to Synthwave, New Retrowave, Part 3. Tonebox, Nocturne, Full Album. Those are just some of the bookmarks I have in Firefox. So if you want to search any of that on YouTube, you'll be greeted with some really kick-ass music. And speaking of creative process, building SHO, the soundtrack of me working on SHO, it's all synthwave off YouTube. Like that's just almost exclusively what I listen to while working recently. I just discovered the genre. It's been out. Genre's been available for a little while. It's relatively new. It's kind of obviously very synth heavy. Kind of got an 80s vibe, but it's not music from the 80s. It's just inspired by 80s music, which is really awesome. And yeah, I can't get enough of it. I love it, and I love the art that goes with it. So anyway, yeah. So that's what happens when I stop making like stone brick dungeons with spawners in them and just make like some abstract thing in Minecraft. But anyway, I'm gonna guess I'll get back to work, or maybe I'll go to bed. It's pretty late. But I just wanted to show this off. I thought it was kind of cool, and my reaction, the reaction I was hoping for from you guys would be like, yeah, that's pretty neat. So if you looked at this and you're like, yeah, that's neat, then I am successful. All right, anyway, I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, as always, take it easy.